it would appear it's time for us to get officially acquainted. What's up? What's popping? Welcome back, maybe, or hi, nice to meet you, potentially. My name is Mick. This is my YouTube now. Hey. I'm gonna be talking about me today to connect with you and to answer the questions that you had for me. A while back, I put on my Instagram that I'd be doing a Q&A as one of my first YouTube videos, and here we are. It's happening. It's going down. So I'm going to be answering a bunch of the questions that I received. And I want to just say at the top, a lot of the questions I got, not a lot, but there were quite a few questions that I got that specifically pertained to me having had cancer, which, duh, yeah, that makes sense. It's like one of the most interesting things about me. Come on. But I'm not going to really talk about that in this video. I'm going to save that and have a whole different cancer Q&A just because it's a topic that, you know, obviously it's a little bit more on the intense side and I want to kind of keep this one a little light. And the answers to a lot of those questions are going to be way more in-depth. So we're going to do that another time. Which I guess, hey, for future reference, if you do have questions about me having had cancer, you can drop them in the comments below and I'll just collect them here. Anyways, more on that later. Gonna get into it. Okay, let's go. I think this is gonna be the best question to start with. Why'd you start a YouTube? Great question. Why did I start a YouTube? I don't really know. I don't really fuck with short form content. It's not my favorite as a viewer, and I don't really like TikTok. I do unfortunately consume a lot of reels. I don't like the addiction of the reels and the mindless consumption that comes with reels. YouTube, I find to be a way more comforting platform. And I feel like it has more room for creativity. I love a video essay. I love a week in my life vlog. I personally, like, the whole reason I'm doing this is because I like the kind of content that I've decided to also make. Like, watching it brings me joy, and creating it is also bringing me a lot of joy. And I get to then connect with a way wider audience regarding things like yoga and media consumption and home renovations and lifestyle stuff. And just like, it's a way wider array than like the way that people kind of get stuffed into niche boxes on short form platforms, if that makes sense. And I got bored. So I started a YouTube. Somebody said favorite YouTube creators. Okay, my personal favorite is What Zara Loves. She's so cool. I'm like a big fan. She always is dressed super fun, super cool. Her hair is always interesting, and she's so intelligent. The topics that she covers in her vlogs are like, I could sit and watch her YouTube videos all day. And I have spent a few afternoons on my couch just watching her vlogs. She's my number one girl right now. And then the other creator that I just really got into is Trina TV. Her content is so sweet. It's so comforting. All of her YouTube vlogs are created to mimic early aughts television, and it's just like, girl, I was born in 98. This is right up my alley. It takes me back. It takes me right back there, girl. So I've been putting on her stuff in the background if I'm just like working on a project, like writing something, or if I just want something playing while I'm doing my makeup, getting ready, winding down. I've been really enjoying her. So let's go on to media. A lot of these questions aren't actually like, what is your favorite blank? It's what don't you like, which I think is interesting. What does that say about me? Let's start with what kind of books do you not enjoy? Honey, there's a few. I would say I'm not generally a very big fantasy person. I don't like romantasy, and I don't really particularly like smut. I think it's fine if you do. Like, I do not judge if people enjoy that kind of stuff. Not my cup of tea. I actually really enjoy fantasy that revolves around sociocultural issues, which I think a lot of fantasies try to, but they kind of lose the core. They lose that as a focus as the story progresses sometimes. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but one of my favorite books is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I thought that book was brilliant. It is considered a fantasy. This is how I'm gonna word my preference. I like subtle fantasy. I like fantasy that feels kind of like adjacent to real life. I really liked Leigh Bardugo's Ninth House series. I'm loving that. I'm so excited for the third book. I love that it takes place at Yale. She just dropped him right in there. Another one I loved was Blood Over Brighthaven. Blood Over Brighthaven and Babel, I read back to back. Thematically, they were very similar. Vibe-wise, quite different, but I loved them. I don't like books like Fourth Wing. No. I did read the ACOTAR series. I listened to it in grad school and when I was starting my first career and I needed to de-stress a little bit. And in reflection, I didn't like them. I also read the other Sarah J. Maas series, the Crescent City series, and in reflection, I didn't really like those either. You get what I'm saying. I would also say I'm not like a romance reader, period. I haven't read Emily Henry, to be fair. I know that she has a huge following and I actually plan on reading Beach Read in a few weeks because I'm going to California. But any other book similar to that I've tried to read, I just have been interested in it like at all. But other than that, I would say that's really kind of where my no-goes end. I mean, like, I read a lot of different shit. Okay, we've got a movie everyone loves except you. You know what? I watched Bridget Jones's Diary for the first time a few years ago, and I hated that movie. I was like, what the fuck is this? I felt very disturbed by a lot of the stuff that was in it, and a lot of the narratives within it, and the behaviors between characters, and it freaked me out. Oh, you know what I don't like? I don't like Marvel movies at all. Would rather watch paint dry than watch a Marvel movie. I'm sorry. Those movies, no. Don't take me to a Marvel movie. Don't ask me to watch them. Don't say, oh, but this one's good. I'm not gonna, no. I've seen a lot of them. I've seen Avengers. I've seen Spider-Man. It ain't me, girl. Batman movies, on the other hand, I fuck heavy with. Christian Bale's Batman and The Battinson. Let's talk about something good. Someone said coziest / most comforting movie scene. And I like that they asked about the scene, not just the movie itself. Because if it was the movie itself, I would have said like something basic, like when Harry met Sally. But honestly, this is weird. You know that scene in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer where they're on the island of misfit toys and they go sleep in that little cabin? Oh my god, they look so cozy. The lighting, the winter storm outside. Oh! And then also I would say the scene at the end of Matilda where Miss Honey and Matilda are like happy. Like, okay, and then someone tried to be positive and cute by asking my favorite sitcom, and I gotta make it negative again because I hate sitcoms! Sorry. I don't like them. I don't think they're funny. No. I don't know if you consider It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia a sitcom, but I love that one. And Abbott Elementary is fine. Like, it's funny. During some of the most stressful times in my life, I will put it on and it can be in the background. But I'm not a sitcom person. My favorite shows are things like Fleabag, I Love LA. That's funny to me. Those things are funny to me. I'm just trying to speak my truth right now. I'm sorry. Okay, the last semi-media related question is Team Edward or Team Jacob? And I'm gonna say neither. Team Charlie. Duh. Let's do like job related questions. If you could get a PhD in something niche, what would it be? I was in my undergrad. I thought the idea of pursuing a PhD in literature and becoming an expert on vampires in literature was like the dopest thing in the world. Are you kidding me? Hey, what's cooler than that? Can you tell I went through like a little bit of a goth phase? But now, I don't know about niche, but I have been thinking about going back to school and pursuing a PhD in something. Every year I feel more and more drawn to getting a PhD in some kind of media and cultural studies. Pop culture is one of those topics that people turn their nose up at and they don't think is important, but pop culture is often a reflection of society at large. That's why it's called popular culture. For the singular communications class I took during my bachelor's, I had a professor who I thought was so cool, and her niche was how terrorism impacts pop culture. And it was fascinating studying something like that. Not that specifically, but something in that vein would be endlessly fascinating. I would love to do something like that. Are there other careers you wish you could pursue? Girl, yeah. I think about this all the time. I mean, I have a master's degree. I just said I think about going back to school for my PhD. I'm getting my yoga teacher training certification done right now. I'd love to become a Pilates instructor as well. There's so much I want to do on top of that too. Like, I could see other lives where I sink all of my time and money into becoming like a sommelier. Hey, how cool would that be? Moving to France, teaching English in France. Design. I actually almost pursued a career in fashion design, but I was insecure, so I talked myself out of it, which makes me sad. I think I would have probably been pretty okay at it. What you gonna do? Okay. Now we're just gonna talk about random personal stuff. First question in the personal category. How short are you? I'm small. I'm 4'11" and 3/4. And the 3/4 is doing a lot of heavy lifting, but it's basically 5 foot. Don't talk about it. Best part, transportation, like long haul travel, is pretty comfortable for me. I'm never really squished in economic seating on planes. I can really stretch out in the passenger seat during those long 15-hour long car rides back to Wisconsin. It's pretty convenient, actually. It's pretty comfortable being small. Worst parts, I would say, having to ask people for help reaching things on the top shelf at grocery stores, and also when you're out for a walk and you get picked up by a hawk and like dropped in a field. It's just like, I'm over it. I'm over that happening. I'm trying to find a way to harness that so that, you know, like airfares become really expensive. So if I could train hawks to take me to where I need to go, it would be way less annoying. But until then, I'm just trying to find a way to keep it from happening further. So, okay, perfume recommendations. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. I think 4 perfumes is all you really need. I don't think you need more than that, but I also don't think you have to limit yourself to a single one. So this is my happy medium breakdown. I have a winter perfume, a summer perfume, a nostalgic memory-based perfume, and a bedtime wind down scent. Okay, I'm gonna start with the perfume that kind of was my signature scent and still is, but it's become my winter perfume. It's Black Orchid by Tom Ford. So sexy smelling. It is like my all-time favorite perfume, but it's very dark and it's very warm. I have found that it doesn't really translate well to a summery kind of vibe. I have been wearing for my summer scent, it's the Heathens, Cowboys, and Santa Ana Winds perfume by Discotheque. I think it's got notes of santal, maybe patchouli. It's earthier and it's more musky, but it's lighter than this one. I don't know that it's gonna be my permanent summer perfume because it is a little muskier than what I tend to lean towards. I usually like something that's a little bit lighter, spicier, and just like a hint more gourmand. I'm really interested in exploring more of their scents because it's very unique and very fun. But for the time being, this has been my go-to. Really like it. My memory scent is Love by Kilian. This was my wedding perfume and I only wear it on date nights and our anniversary. And then my bedtime scent is just the Fleur Vanilla Skin Body Mist. I'm a very sensory kind of gal in general, and smelling the same warm, cozy smell every single night almost signals to my brain like, hey, it's time to get sleepy. Go-to cocktail order. If I'm just at like an open bar at a wedding, or if I'm flying first class on a plane, I'm gonna order a whiskey ginger. If I'm at a fancier bar, I will get a Hugo Spritz or a French martini. What's your most irrational opinion? So they're both about movement. One being, if you are going to skip the Shavasana portion of a yoga class, I would just say don't go to the yoga class. Shavasana is like the most important part. It allows you to reset your nervous system. And if you are doing all that work and then you're just getting up and going without any kind of reset, you are missing the point of your yoga practice, my friend. Sorry, not sorry. And then I would also say don't record in workout classes. Like, don't take pictures, don't take videos of yourself. Like, you don't need to prove to anyone that you were there. You don't have to show people how hard you were working. I think that it should be normalized to ban photos and videos in your workout classes, if not for you to be able to focus more on the work you're actually doing rather than how you look on the camera, then also for the work, like the people around you. Nobody else is consenting to being in your video or your pictures. And if I'm in the background of one, I'm going to be scowling. Yeah, those are mine. Your comfort smell. This is a weird one. The combination of the Purple Aussie hairspray, Marb Reds, and Chanel No. 5. Oh, it smells like my childhood. It smells like my aunties. I'd smell it when I'd hug them, and it would just like, I love it. I can't lie. So yeah, now you know a little bit more about mama. Let me know about you. I want to know your answers to some of the questions that I got asked. Please, for the love of God, leave some comments and tell me a little bit about yourself. I just talked about myself for so long. So like I said too, I'll also be doing a cancer Q&A sometime soon. If you've got any questions regarding my diagnosis, my treatment, side effects, anything your little noggin could think of, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you around. Cheers!